NAF, what's the situation? What's the latest news regarding Patsi?
So yes, of course, a lot of people have probably heard within our team that obviously there's been some difficulties for Patsy to come to Malta just for, just visa passport issues. And, we're sitting here hoping that he'll be able to, we're praying that hopefully after the first game he'll be here. So maybe he'll be ready for the second game. Worst case, he'll make it for the third game. But yeah, so obviously those are the difficulties. And before that, we're practicing in Europe, not as a boot camp. I was practicing out of the UK, and everybody else was obviously just at home. So everybody's practicing, and then obviously just a few days remaining before coming here. We were told Patsy won't be able to make it, so we're practicing always with Patsy and our full lineup. And with Damien, it's we're gonna have to bring in and be the new fifth player to stand in the situation. So obviously there's a little bit of a hurdle that we have to deal with, and hopefully we can all play individually well. Depth feels good. I know it's tough when you're a coach not really playing. So yeah, we're just gonna try our best and give it our all with the circumstances that we have.
So how are you gonna approach this? Are you gonna keep the same positions that the four others have, and he's just filling in for Patsy, or are you gonna just take it as it comes?
I mean, it's something that I haven't been discussed with too much. I'm not really sure. I think maybe Yakinder and Damien have probably their depths have talked about it somewhat. I think Yakinder is just gonna kind of take a look at it and see which roles Patsy was playing and then which roles he is playing, and just kind of like look at them and be like, all right, which one's like harder to do? Like, which one has more impact, which is harder. Just figure out which is just more important overall, pretty much. And I'm sure maybe Yakinder might play some of Patsy's roles, and so maybe Damien will play some of Yakinder's, some of Patsy's. So, yeah, I think that's something that's still to be discussed. Unfortunately, Damien isn't here just as of yet. We're just gonna. I think he's supposed to arrive here in Malta in a couple hours. So hopefully later today we could kind of discuss how we want to go into the first matchup and how the position should be and what people should do. Maybe Damien can help with the calling, so maybe Yakinder doesn't have to focus on it so much. So yeah, there's more things to be discussed later in the day. So we'll see.
So what kind of expectations do you guys have for this event with all these circumstances?
So yeah, obviously when we're practicing coming to this event, we wanted to, perform better and do better because literally all the events that we played this year have been pretty rough. We started off really strong at Blast and then just ended poorly, and then for the most part it's just been poor pretty much. So we definitely wanted to make sure coming to this event that we can kind of breathe some hope into our team and for our fan base to kind of support us. But yeah, obviously it's pretty much like a kick in the nuts to not know, Patsy can't make it. It could be one game, it could be two games. We don't really know just yet. I think for the most part it should be after two games, but yeah, I think it's just going to be difficult for us because we definitely did have high expectations going to this event, and to be told that hey, you might not be able to make it, kind of sucks. It's a bummer, especially with this event potentially being the last CS:GO event. Sucks to kind of maybe potentially go out in this type of fashion, whereas always just felt like it was just downhill, but we just gotta remain optimistic, remain hopeful, and just give it our all. And when Patsy comes in, we can just put our boots on the ground and just play well, and just no matter what. Luckily, with this stage of Pro League, playing here in Malta, it's very forgiving, as you have three chances pretty much to continue on in the tournament. So yeah, we just need to just make sure that we have our A game, especially when Patsy arrives.
So now 19 maps you guys have played with Patsy and Rainwaker. So the first impression of this new lineup, what has that been?
Um, I mean, when we played our first games on Blast, it was really good. Obviously, you could chalk it up to a honeymoon phase, I guess, in some sense. But everybody was playing with no fear. It almost felt like we're playing as a team has been together for a year, and we all felt confident. Even myself, I felt super confident because everybody else was playing super confident, so I felt good. And then after that, I felt like a lot of us, I don't know, maybe we had too high of expectations after getting that first G2 and phase win. And I think some people maybe started feeling the pressure in some sense. And just, I don't know, the dynamic of the team like just somewhat changed. And yeah, I don't know, it fell off to me, and I'm sure it fell off to everyone else. And yeah, I mean, right now it's just mainly just been about, just practicing and just getting to improve on a bunch of things with Patsi and Rainwaker speaking English. They've never spoken English on any of their previous teams. I'm sure even in life when they're just communicating, they're not speaking English, obviously for no reason. Why would they? So obviously that's something they need to improve on. Even for us to understand them in some scenarios. I'm sure for them to say things in high pressure scenarios, because obviously Patsy, I remember he even mentioned about difficulties, being that second voice in the team to say things in high pressure moments, and how can I say it fast where everyone understands it and we have it in the right amount of time for us to win the round. So there's definitely just like a lot more things that we need to improve on. And with this team, we definitely have more inexperienced players. Obviously, with Rainwaker, he doesn't have any tier one experience really, besides the events he's played so far with us. Um, and then Passy was playing on Spirit for a little bit, and he made some runs at some events with Spirit, but overall Spirit was only a team that he played on was only a team that's only been around for like a year or so playing top events. And yeah, so and obviously with Yakinder taking the IGL duties, that's something he's never done before as well. So it's just like a lot of things that people are kind of learning and just grasping to understand. And at the moment, all that stuff just takes time. So a lot of us obviously had expectations to at least play the first events of the year, and whatever happens happens. Pro League hopefully is the right time to turn some heads and prove to ourselves that we can be a good team. But obviously, with Patsy not being able to make it, it's obviously very disappointing. So for the most part, you might have to wait for Liquid to be in CS2, maybe to start playing some more real Counter Strike. But hopefully once Patsy gets here, or even who knows, maybe Damien's insane. Like he's dropping 30 kills every game. Who knows? He's owning G2 or something. You never know. But yeah, right now it's just a lot to learn. So we'll just keep going with it and just keep going.
For your own part, since these two new players joined, it seems like you've gotten some new positions at least, and maybe a new role also. Can you explain what has changed for you?
Um, I mean, for me, it's just like I obviously don't play my natural main passive lurking roles as that it's been given to Rainwaker. He's just naturally more suited, I guess, for like that playstyle, and I'm more open to just playing any role that the team wants me to play. I've pretty much, I think I've already mentioned, like I already played like literally almost every role in this game. And then even when it comes to positions and spots, I've probably almost played every position in the game as well. So it's like it's nothing really seems too foreign to me. Um, but yeah, no. So obviously, I have different positions where maybe I can make different choices if I want to be more aggressive and make more plays. But just naturally, I'm just very passive as a player, so sometimes I just don't go for them, and that's something I definitely need to work on. And yeah, I mean, as with my old previous roles, like your job was always to just play passive, always wait, like always don't do anything until the team's doing something, and then you start moving. Whereas now I have opportunities to like, all right, if something's going over here, I can maybe start like aggressively trying to like get to a position and try to find someone and pick them off. Whereas before I was always hiding and waiting pretty much. So there's definitely been a lot of role swaps and role changes for me, but it's always fun. It's exciting to play new roles. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I mean, so far in this year, obviously it's just been tough because as a team we have made a lot of changes and everybody needs to adapt to each other and all that. So it's pretty difficult to just be comfortable in my position and already go for plays and instantly understand everything. So, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to everything. Just gonna give it my all. That's all you can do. Play confident, do your best, and yeah, that's all I can do.
I was just thinking a player type like you who has a great sense of the game and great feel of the game, isn't it good to actually go out and get impact earlier on than just being the more passive?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think with time, I can definitely get better at it. It's just, it's just like when you play something for so long in a position, your brain just like has its own way of thinking about it. And then now it's like when you have to think about being more aggressive and all that, it just seems so out of comfort. So it's just like, do I go for it? Is this even the right time to do it? I don't really understand. It's like, but it's definitely something that I think will take a little bit more time to get a little bit more adjusted and better at. But it's fun. It's always fun to have play new opportunities and all that because I'm sure at times maybe with some players when they play roles for so long, like on their teams, they might get just like exhausted or like just mentally fried from playing the same spots in the same positions, especially one that's so passive where like you kind of need to keep your brain on. Some people might be falling asleep at the wheel, like not understanding, like, oh, that was my time to go after shit. But it's fun to have like new opportunities to do different things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I definitely feel like I'm still a good player at reading the right plays and doing the right things. So yeah, I just need to maybe find my ways to be a little bit more aggressive and to be a little bit more fast, like I was probably in my earlier career. Where in my earlier career I was playing more of entry roles and more fast paced. But I just need to adapt and get better at things, and I'm sure I will. Yeah, because that's all about CS and different metas and all that. You need to adapt. You need to change your way of thinking. So, yeah, I'm just gonna find my ways to do my thing, and I'm sure I'll find it.